Hello, this is Mr. Tipton, and today we are talking about the Pythagorean Theorem. Pythagorean Theorem is something that is only for right triangles. Okay, there are lots of different kinds of triangles, but if there's not a right angle in the triangle, then Pythagorean Theorem does not apply. Right triangles only. The formula, the actual Pythagorean Theorem, is right here. A squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay, it says that the length, if you take the length of side A and you square it, you take the length of side B and you square it, it equals the length of side C if it was squared. Okay, the A side and the B side, they are called legs, and they are the sides that form the right angle. Alright, the hypotenuse is the side that is opposite of the right angle, and yeah, the two legs squared equals the hypotenuse squared. Let's look at some math problems that involve the Pythagorean theorem. Start off nice and easy. This one, we just find the hypotenuse. We're looking for C. Alright, sub in what we know. A squared, I'm going to just put 3. Really, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do 4 for B. It doesn't matter which side is A or which side is B, but A and B have to be the legs. They have to be the part that makes up the right angle. But I would get the same answer if I did 4 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. Same thing. Same thing. I'm not going to keep it on there, but you get the idea if you're listening. Alright, 3 squared is 9, and 4 squared is 16. And that's equal to C squared still. 9 plus 16 is 25, is equal to C squared. Now, we don't want C squared, we want C. How do we get C by itself when it's C squared? Well, we take the square root. And what you do to one side, you must do to the other. So C is going to be 5. Technically, square root of C squared could be positive or negative 5, but we're looking for a distance. We're looking for how long this line is, and there's no such thing as a negative distance. So don't worry about the negative root. C is equal to 5. Oh, I guess we have 5 feet. 5 feet. Alright, let's look at another. Alright, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So we've got 5 inches plus 6 inches, or 5 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. And 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, is equal to C squared. 25 plus 36 is how much? 61 is equal to C squared. Now, we're square rooting both sides, and this is not going to be a pretty number. I do not know what the square root of 61 is. We're not simplifying radicals. We are just going to get an estimate. We're going to put 61 in the calculator and find the square root. And 7.8102496, a whole bunch of stuff. It is an irrational number for sure, because that decimal does not end and it does not repeat. Let's say nearest tenth. It went away. Come back there. 7.81. Yep. So C is approximately equal to 7.81. You know what? I'll even switch my equal sign to an approximate sign, and we're talking about inches. 7.81 inches. Okay, so some uglier numbers, but the Pythagorean theorem still holds up. Here's an example now where we know the hypotenuse and we are looking for one of the legs. Remember, the legs make up the right triangle. So it looks like here we know that A is 9, and we are looking for B, and we know that C is 15. Okay, still simplify each side before you do anything to both sides. Okay. 9 squared is 81, 15 squared is 225. Gonna subtract 81 from both sides, and we'll get b squared is equal to, oh, what is that, 144? Okay, now square root of b squared is b. Square root of 144, excuse me, is 12. 12 yards. Alright, so that would be b. That leg would be 12 yards long. Another example where we're looking for a leg. Oh, we've got some big numbers here. We don't know a, but we know that b is 16 squared and c is 34 squared. Alright, I'm going to have to bring the calculator back. Clear it, and we've got 16 squared, which is 16 times 16. 256. Oh, come back, calculator. I need you for for 34 squared. Yeah, we'll clear it. 34 times 34. Does this have a squared button? Oh yeah, it does it there in the corner. 34 squared. I may have hit one too many buttons. 34 squared. 1,156. And I gotta get a by itself, so subtract the 256 from both sides, and I end up with a squared is equal to 900. Square root of a squared is a. Square root of 900 is 30. Okay, so what is this? Centimeters. 30 centimeters for side A. One more slide for you. Went past it. Pythagorean triples. I think 3 out of our 4 examples were actually Pythagorean triples. It's when all the side lengths of a right triangle are whole numbers. When they work out nice and pretty. Remember that that second one we did, it was like 6.108 something. I don't remember. But it wasn't a pretty number for sure. These are 3 examples of Pythagorean triples because all the side lengths are whole numbers. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, equals 5 squared is 25. 25, 144 equals 169. 64, 36 gives us 100, and then again this was our first example. That's what Pythagorean triples are, nice pretty numbers. If you have any questions about Pythagorean theorem, keep track of them, and we'll see you soon.